Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Clutch Talk podcast slash YouTube slash We Do It All. As always, I'm your host, John. Very happy to be here. We got a special guest in the building, man. We've been trying to get this locked down for a minute. I'm not gonna lie, man, but the scheduling wasn't working out. But we finally got it on lock, man. And we got my guy, NBA Addict TV, in the building, man. We ready to talk about some NBA recap. My guy, how you doing?
Hey, bro, I'm doing really good, man. The playoffs have been nothing short but exciting, and hey, we got a lot to talk about.
We do. We got a lot to talk about, man. So for the family out there, make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a nice comment down below, and make sure you check out all of NBA Addict TV's social medias, his channel. Everything will be linked in the description down below. Get at us, get at him. But if that's out the way, man, let's just go ahead and jump into it, right? So today is Friday, April 21st. We're recording at 2 p.m. Pacific, so this is before all the game threes that are gonna happen today. So let's just kind of talk about some of these series and kind of what you've been seeing so far. So, my guy, I got to lead it off. Here we go. Like, what series to you so far has been the most exciting for you to watch?
To be honest, because I'm saying a Knicks fan, NYK, the Knicks versus Cavs has been really exciting. Both teams have different aspects to like different strengths and weaknesses, and seeing how the coaches maneuver just to what like a Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland and Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. That series has been really exciting for me, but also I can't lie, I've really been liking the Lakers in Memphis. Man, the playoffs have been exciting, bro. I can't say more about that, bro.
Man, I feel you. I'm not gonna lie. I coming into the playoffs, I actually had the Knicks and Cavs as my favorite series to watch. I was ready to have that locked in, but I'm not gonna lie. As of late, I switched it to that Kings and Warriors series because that's been going crazy, man. They've been going at it. Suspension of Draymond Green with the whole conversation with the refs and Sabonis and them going at it, and the Kings making the playoffs for the first time in 16 years, man. So that right now is probably one of my favorite series to watch. But I guess we kind of like keep it moving, right? And we know that the Celtics, they're beating the Hawks 2-0 right now in the series. The
Yeah.
76ers are beating the Nets 3-0 right now in the series, and the Nuggets are beating the Timberwolves 2-0 in the series. But what I want to ask you is, which series is most likely to be a sweep in your opinion?
Oh, no doubt. The Hawks are getting packed up. I'm not gonna lie. The Hawks are getting packed up. I'm mad that they beat the Miami Heat because I feel like the Heat would have gave the Celtics a run for their money. Trae Young, he's like where you at, Trey? Honestly, where you at, Trey? Is looking like DeJounte Murray's team for the future. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just say, I do think Trae Young may end up on the Raptors. I'm just going out there. End up on the Raptors. The Hawks is getting packed up. The next Sixers series, I thought the Nets weren't gonna like have any sort of fight in that series, but I will say they're doing some haymakers. They are giving Philadelphia some problems.
So then, when we're looking at the 76ers, they're beating the Nets, Nuggets are beating Timberwolves, Celtics are beating Hawks. But would you say one of those series is the most boring series?
Oh, Nuggets in Minnesota, bro. Nuggets in Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie, I am an avid Rudy Gobert hater. Rudy Gobert is trash. Those defensive player of the years are shit. Adam Silver needs to investigate the voters for that because bro. But the Minnesota Nuggets series, it's really hasn't been any like sort of competitive. I know Anthony Edwards had a 40 piece the other night, but so did Jamal Murray. It's unfortunate because without Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, bro, I was really looking forward to see some of the young pieces how they do in the playoffs, but they just got struck with some horrible injury luck and just some unfortunate circumstances.
Man, and that was extremely unfortunate. And I mean, I'm right there with you. I've never been a big Rudy Gobert fan. I mean, I think that the Timberwolves shipped off their entire future and Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, as a Lakers fan, I'm happy, right? But like they shipped off their defense for Rudy Gobert, which you already have Cat down there. But I mean, that's a whole nother thing. But when the Lakers were going to play with the Timberwolves in the play-in, like I was like, man, like we got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. We got lucky. The Lakers, I think, are a better team than the Timberwolves, but when Jaden McDaniels is a big defender for them. Nas Reed
Big
was
defender.
a huge just bench presence for them. Came off the bench and brought the energy. Was finally starting to come into his own. So man, like I'm not gonna lie, the Lakers definitely got lucky there. But I mean, as far as with the Nuggets and Timberwolves, I think this is a boring series, man. I think that the Timberwolves in their last game, they went on like a huge run in the second quarter, and they brought it really close. But then at the end, all the Nuggets, all Mike Malone did is bring back Jamal Murray, bring back Jokic, and you could see that they easily were able to just control the game. Like at times they did get sluggish, and that's when the Timberwolves came back on them and made it even a 4-point game. But it just seems like the Nuggets are just a far better team than them and just know how to break them down every time down court.
Yeah, no doubt. But I do want to say, I think for the Nuggets, this playoff run is going to be very, very, very important for two people. I would say that would be Jamal Murray, and the second person, I would say three people. Obviously, Jokic, but I think the two others would be Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. This year, I'm not going to lie, Michael Porter Jr. physically looks really good. I didn't think he was going to, bounce back as well as he has. But this Michael Porter Jr. that I've been watching is the most athletic I've seen him since probably high school.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely, yeah. MPJ, Jamal Murray, and Jokic definitely feel that pressure. But I really think like the whole Nuggets organization should be feeling that pressure because these past couple of years, man, they've been the top of the league. Jokic been an MVP, been doing his thing. But where have their conference finals appearance been? Where have their finals appearance been? So I think it's time to stop giving them so much slack and just expect it from them, man. So they better have a deep run this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, now honestly, I think I got them coming out the West. I'm not gonna
okay.
They were my finals coming out the West like finals prediction preseason, but I kind of switched it up, not gonna lie. Before the playoffs started, I pivoted a little bit to the Warriors. Kind of want to take that back now. I kind of want to take that back now.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, I feel you on that. But all right, let's go ahead and keep it pushing. Let's go ahead and change things up for a bit. I'm gonna show you a video, man. I'm sure you've seen this video going around the league. It's Dillon Brooks giving his thoughts on LeBron. So we'll just watch this real quick, and then we could just kind of talk after. You let me know kind of what you're thinking from LeBron side, Dillon Brooks side, and all that. But you can see that, brother.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, all right, here we go.
There are some people, the Lakers are making that run, they get it to 14. You and LeBron have that exchange. There are people out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. What were you thinking?
I don't care. He's old. You know what I mean? I was waiting for that. I was expecting him to do that game 4, game 5. He wanted to say something when I got my 4th foul. He should have been saying that earlier on. But I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. I pride myself on, what I do is defense and taking on any challenge that's on the board.
That was a lot. Give me your thoughts on
Dillon Brooks is a menace. He's a menace.
He's a menace, dog. Oh my goodness. Okay, tell me your thoughts. Like, do you think LeBron is even worrying about this kid right now? Like, where are you at with all this?
All right, so I don't think Dillon Brooks is a major factor to LeBron, but I think he should. Like, I think LeBron should be giving Dillon Brooks way more credit than he probably is. Dillon Brooks has been I would say the main defender on LeBron, and LeBron is what was he 38, 39?
38.
LeBron is not the same Bron from years past. And I think we've seen it the last 2 games. He hasn't activated playoff Bron yet. To be honest, in the last Lakers Memphis game, in the whole first half, LeBron was non-existent. I mean, he really didn't turn it on to the second half. And that's where you really saw him starting to make play out the post, getting touches for his teammates. But I'm a fan of Dillon Brooks. I like what he brings to the game. I like the toughness. I love the grit, and I absolutely love the shit talking. I love it.
Man, Dillon Brooks, I'm not gonna lie, he is going at LeBron. I think it is kind of like wild to say, like, to a player like of LeBron's caliber, like, oh, he's old, I poke bears, because I just think that a lot of people in the NBA talk about there's just certain players you just should not try to like poke at. You should not try to make it worse, right? Like people talk about that with Kobe a lot, with MJ a lot, and very similar with LeBron. Like those great players, even players like Kevin Durant, they make people eat their words, right? I think that it didn't work out in Kevin Durant's favor in this situation, but when he left the Warriors and went to join the Nets, I thought he was going to get a ring before the Warriors. Like clearly I was wrong. And he was trying to make the Warriors eat their words because of what all that Draymond was saying. But I just think that LeBron, that he should give Dylan Brooks some attention here because yes, Dylan Brooks will never be on the same atmosphere as LeBron James as a basketball player. But right now, Dylan Brooks is putting LeBron on blast, and he didn't have a good performance while being guarded by Dylan Brooks. So I think LeBron needs to come out next game on attack mode, like every single time down court. I don't know if you got to see that last Memphis Lakers game. In the end, when the Lakers were down, LeBron just started just coming down court, pulling, being a very aggressive. And I think he needs to start like that in the game because oftentimes LeBron likes to get his teammates involved, likes to get everybody going. Then he'll get himself going. But I think in this situation, you just had a man call you old, say you don't respect nobody till you drop 40 on them. I think LeBron got to drop 40 in his head. And if he don't, that's a problem on my behalf.
No, I don't know. I kind of feel like LeBron isn't like, I'm not saying he doesn't have the capability of dropping 40, but I'm taking factors like his age, that ankle. I don't know if it's 100% for real, and his conditioning a little bit because of the ankle. I don't know. This plays on defense where he just doesn't care. He doesn't close out on defenders. You know, you see him wandering. I don't know. Wait, as a Lakers fan, be honest. Do you think they're gonna beat the Memphis Grizzlies?
I do. I do think they're gonna beat the Memphis Grizzlies, and I think that there's a huge factor in Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is what makes us go or makes us not go. Right. Last game he got outplayed by a rookie and Xavier Tillman and only had about like 14 points. And as you saw, the Lakers flatline did not have a good game at all. But if you look in game one, Anthony Davis was his MVP level. He was playing at the MVP level that we know he can play at. In my opinion, I think when Anthony Davis plays at that level, he is the best big in the league.
I agree.
Defensively by blocking shots, altering shots, his unlimited offensive bag. And I just think that the Memphis Grizzlies right now with Steven Adams out, with Brendan Clark out, they have to go way too deep into the bench. And I think that you're trying to go rookies and way too deep into the bench against Anthony Davis, against a LeBron James with experience. And don't get me wrong, LeBron James is older, but now this Lakers team also fits, right? Like a lot of people talk about how a lot of people have the perception that the Lakers team is the same team from the beginning of the season, but it is a totally different team that pieces actually fit. We actually have a defensive-minded coach, coaching defensive-minded players. So it's a whole thing. And I think that unfortunately now, you know, with the Grizzlies are facing all these injuries, I think that they're going to take the L to the Lakers. But that next series might be tough, though, because it's going to be Kings or Warriors. And I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm not going to lie. But I'll be honest, because how open the West is, I do have the Lakers coming out the West. Now, might be a little bit of biases, but okay. I just don't see a team that can beat the Lakers in the 7-game series fully healthy. AD out there. I don't see a team that could beat the Lakers in the 7-game series.
Yo, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. But I will say, in my opinion, I think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to beat you guys. And that's for one reason. And so this may be a little bit of a hot take, but I'm going out there. I think the Grizzlies are better matched up right now, roster constructed right now, no job, to beat the Los Angeles Lakers. In game one, and in game one as well, Ja's hand was a little, you know what I'm saying, a little hurt already. Then he re-injures it. But throughout that game, Ja is obviously a rim runner. You know, he gets most of his shots at the rim. And with Anthony Davis down there, that's not going to work. Like you said, when Anthony Davis is healthy, he is the best big man in the league, bro. Best defender in the league. And if Ja's going to be effective, he needs to get his buckets in the paint. And he's not the worst 3-point shooter, but he's not going to be John Morant shooting threes. So I think if the Memphis Grizzlies want to win this series, keep Ja out. Keep Ja out.
Man, so then are you on the side of like this team is better without John Morant?
Oh, hey, whoa, hey, I ain't say that now. I ain't say that now. Listen, Ja is a phenomenal star. He is a generational talent, incredible athleticism. I just think for this matchup specifically, they should keep Ja out.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that would be like NBA history, like breaking news. Like you're purposely sitting your star player, your franchise guy. That'd be crazy, man. That would be crazy if it went down like that. Because Trey Jones, Tyus Jones is really a great point guard, and a great backup point guard, and he oftentimes does the exact opposite of what John Morant does. John Morant kind of blows by his defenders, takes them 1-on-1, and gets to the hoop. Or sometimes he'll blow by a defender, the defense collapsed, and he'll make the right pass. But Tyus is just setting up the offense from the top of the key, from the damn near half court line, running pick and rolls, running real plays out there. So I think it's just it's two different styles of basketball with Tyus and then Ja. So I think the Grizzlies do have a good chance, but I think as long as AD's out there, I'm not gonna lie, I think Lakers might get that one. And what do you think? It's 6-7 Grizzlies, or what do you think?
To be honest, I can see a 6. I can see this series going 6.
Okay, man. I would say if Anthony Davis can be at his level, I'd say Lakers in 6. But if he has any more of those little pooper stink games that he just had this last game, this is going to be a 7-game series, and that scares me because we all know anything can happen in a 7-game series. Anything can happen in Game 7.
That's a fact. Your team's success is definitely on the shoulders of Anthony Davis.
Absolutely, man. But all right, let's go ahead and keep pushing to the next question I got here for you, and that's which player or team has surprised you most in the playoffs so far?
Which player or team has surprised me most? I don't know. Maybe the fact that Isaac Okoro can't shoot no more. Hey, that's tough. Hey, you go first. Let me think about that a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So for as far as the team, I'd have to go Kings, man. I'll be honest. I thought the Kings were gonna stink it up in the playoffs because we're talking about like playoffs. It's we all know it's totally different than regular season basketball. It's played differently. It's coached differently. The intensity is differently. The fans is different. So it's honestly a bit of a different game. And the Kings had no idea what it's like to be there. They had not been there in 16 years. The only other person that had playoff experience, or let alone deep playoff experience on that team, was Matthew Dellavedova and Harrison Barnes. That's it. So to myself, I'm thinking like, all right, we're taking the least experienced team going against the most experienced team. Like, I think this is gonna be it. Like, honestly, Warriors in 5. But I was dead wrong. The Kings, wow, like the way they've translated the game, right? Another reason why I didn't think the Kings were going to be great is because the Kings in the regular season were a very fast team. Playoffs, game slows down. It is not very. It's not as fast. Not as many fast breaks. More of a half-court set. So I was like, are they going to be able to get into that? But man, they have just been. They blew me out the water. I'm not gonna lie. So as far as the team, I'd say the Kings, and then just want to give a little bit of credit to the Nets. I know they're losing 3-0 right now, but like I'll say after the KD and Kyrie situation, I didn't think I was going to see the Nets for the next 10 years. I thought they were going to be irrelevant, but like they're here. And in Game 3, I'm not gonna lie, they did lose, but they held Joel Embiid to 14 points and 10 rebounds, and that's the MVP. In my opinion, that's the MVP. So you holding the MVP to 14-10, that's great, throwing so many defensive schemes.
Hey, they got the Philly fans. Y'all should thank Spencer Dinwiddie.
Man, thank you.
Hey, that block at the end from Joel Embiid was so clutch, bro. Because that was like this close to being goaltending. But now that you give me some time to think about it, I'm actually gonna pick the Kings ops, the Warriors, with how disappointing they have been on the road, as they continue to be disappointing on the road. I thought it was just a regular season thing. I thought they were gonna flip a switch in the playoffs. Boom, we are championship Golden State Warriors, but they still have these road struggles, bro. I don't know what it is. Maybe Jordan Poole hitting a strip club on the road or something. I don't know what it is, but Jordan Poole has been inconsistent on the road. Draymond Green said, like on his podcast a couple of times, the reason that the Warriors have been struggling this year is because they miss pieces like Otto Porter Jr. and GP2. They got GP2 back. I know Otto Porter Jr. isn't there anymore, but you still got Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is back, but they don't give me that same confidence that I had in the Golden State Warriors last year. Steph is still playing at an incredibly high level, but the Golden State Warriors have been really disappointing to me.
Man, I absolutely agree. I mean, I was gonna say, for as far as like a disappointment team, it would have to be Golden State. I mean, we're talking about the defending champions went down 2-0 and needed that much motivation, that much of like intensity in the series to get a win. Like, and you couldn't get a win against a team that had no playoff experience. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know the Kings are a good team. They're well coached. They're the coach of the year. But you mean to tell me you have a good coach? You have also the best player on the court. I think Stephen Curry is just the best player on the court, just period, on both teams. And you're not being able to pull out a win. And the way that they lost game 1 and 2, in my opinion, was embarrassing. It was turnovers on turnovers, dumb shots on dumb shots. So I mean, I think the Warriors dynasty is over, man. It's over. It's over. It's over.
All right. Heard you clutch. All right.
It's over, man.
I got a question. How do you feel about Steve Kerr saying that the turnovers aren't a problem when they literally lead the league in turnovers? How do you feel that? I know I got a hot take. I got a hot take before I let you answer that question. I think the big reason for Steve Kerr's system to be effective is because he has the 2 best shooters in NBA history. Without those 2 best shooters in NBA history, that system does not work. It does not click, and it doesn't look as beautiful as it does on the court.
I honestly absolutely agree. So I'm gonna let you know something, my guys. I'm in the Bay Area, so I'm a Lakers fan, but I grew up in the Bay, so I had to hear all these Warriors fans talking all the time, and I actually really agree with you. And I've said this take a lot to a lot of my friends when I talk about basketball. I think that Warriors team was just God's timing. Like, everything went perfect, right? Like, you were able to get Steph and Clay on the same team, two of the greatest shooters of all time. Clay, perfect to come off Steph, because what does Clay do? Clay shoots off the catch a shoot. He's just running around. Stephen Curry is just running around, but Stephen Curry can shoot a little bit more off the dribble, can create for himself. And then what do you have? You have a bunch of selfless role players who are willing to just screen all day for Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry. They're willing to do that. So if they would have, like, if Stephen Curry or if that Warriors team wouldn't have had God's perfect timing on it, like, I don't think none of this would have happened. I know it might sound like a crazy take because they became a dynasty and all of that, but I think none of this would have happened if the stars didn't align for them. Everything fell perfectly for them. So to answer your question, I totally agree. And then as far as like the turnover things, I think that's Steve Kerr just trying to, help his players like not hear what the world is saying so much. I think as players, you got to hear it. You got to hear, like, they're not deaf. Like, you can hear what the world is talking about. All your turnovers, you lead the league in turnovers and all this and that. I think Steve is just trying to come over the top and, give his guys some reassurance. But at the end of the day, turnovers is a problem, because in this league, especially in the playoffs, when you turn the ball over, you're just giving a team another chance to either get back into this game or double up their lead, man.
No doubt. Especially in the playoffs, every possession matters. Hey, I'm just saying, if they somehow get knocked out in the first round by the Kings, they better hope that James Wiseman's knee blows up, because that's gonna be a catastrophic mistake they made, bro.
So let me ask you that, because I'm a big believer in James Wiseman, but I have a lot of homies around here in the city, in the Bay Area, who hate James Wiseman. Like, they call him a bust. I'm like, he hasn't even played 81 games. How is he a bust?
Crazy. I really like James Wiseman too. I'm gonna be honest. Coming into the league before he got drafted, I thought his peak was gonna be a prime DeAndre Jordan. I saw him play the first couple of games of his rookie year, and I'm blown away. I'm like, bro, this guy is talented for his size, the skill set, what he could potentially be. But the Warriors are like now I'm saying the Warriors are in win now mode. They really don't have the time to really develop this guy and let him get some running, which is unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I was really looking forward to one day a Jordan Poole, Kuminga, Wiseman big three, but
man. And then before we move away from the Warriors, let me ask you, like, if they don't win this year, is it over? Is the dynasty over?
It's clipped, bro. Cause I think they should bring back Draymond next year. But I don't think they will. I mean, I don't think they will, bro. I think that what happened between him and Jordan Poole in the offseason before the season started, that really had an effect not only on the team but the organization. And I think they're thinking about that. And doesn't Bob Myers want to leave too?
Yeah, I heard stuff about Bob Myers wanting to leave. I mean, I I'm not saying that like players can't support each other, but I think Draymond like overly supports LeBron James, like to the point where it's like a little bit absurd. It's like, yo, chill out. So like he actually even tweeted yesterday. He tweeted at the Sacramento Kings. He said, "Yo, Sacramento Kings fans, you better shut up because even if you do beat us, you got to play LeBron and the Lakers in the next round." I'm like, what? Who tweets this? Like,
Crazy.
who in the world tweets this? So
Crazy.
I think it's like how you said, it's clip, it's over. As soon as you know this season's over, I think they're gonna just move on from Draymond Green. I think that that punch situation it wasn't even necessarily the punch. I think I'm sure they got over the punch. We've all had arguments, have had fights with our friends and gotten over it. I think it's the fact that they got recorded and they got leaked. Like that's what made it like just so bad, and it looked like an organization that just won a championship last year. Now they doing this getting leaked, and I'm hearing like reports that like the person who leaked it only leaked it for like $10,000, right? So it's just like it's just all bad, man, for that Warriors organization right now.
Nah, yeah, for sure, bro.
Okay, all right, cool. So let's get to our last playoff little subject here before I get some of your thoughts on the awards. Because before we get out of here, I do got to get your thoughts on some of these awards that I've been handing out so far. But before we get there, let me ask you this: can the Clippers beat the Suns without Paul George?
Oh, without a doubt, bro. I'm sorry, but you asked the wrong person. I am a diehard Russell Westbrook fan, and I truly believe that they can beat the Phoenix Suns without Paul George. And I didn't say Kawhi. We need Kawhi. We could have won last night with, if we had Kawhi, bro.
I agree.
I'm a fully 110 toes down Clippers believer.
Okay, look, I'll say this. I'm not the biggest Russell Westbrook fan. I'm not gonna say I'm a hater, but I just don't think his game is an efficient game. I think the team matters a lot, right? Like it just wasn't a fit on the Lakers from the beginning. Like it wasn't a fit on the Lakers from the beginning. I don't even know why they chose him over DeMar. But that's a whole other topic to get into. But I think that for the Clippers to beat the Suns, I think the Suns are they're too top heavy right now. Like they have a starting lineup of Chris Paul, Hall of Famer, Devin Booker, Hall of Famer, Kevin Durant, Hall of Famer, arguably the greatest scorer of all time, Torian Craig, DeAndre Ayton. He was the number one overall pick, and I know he's inconsistent, but he has flashes of greatness. And I think that in playoffs, like what happens is lineups get shortened, right? Like role players don't really get as much minutes as they were getting in regular season because you just can't trust everyone out there in the playoffs. And I think that the top heavy teams are the teams that end up kind of going the furthest. So I think that with Paul George, the Clippers can beat him because the Clippers have way more chemistry than the Suns. Suns have less than 15 games together as a starting lineup. Like, don't get me wrong, they are the most talented team on paper, not on paper, however you want to look at it. But chemistry matters when you get to the playoffs. So I think if Paul George was there, you think they could do it. I love that you're a Russell Westbrook fan, man, because one of my guys Trent, he's a big Russell Westbrook fan too, and he's always advocating for him. I just don't think Russell Westbrook at this point in his stage can be a number 2 option on a team that's going to beat the Suns right now.
All right, hold on. First, I'm gonna say why not? Hashtag why not? Listen, we don't need Russ to be a second option. We don't need Russ. Wait, second option? Are you're talking about
Kawhi? Kawhi is the first option.
The second option in terms of scoring is what you're saying?
I mean, I guess in terms of scoring, playmaking, being that number 2 guy, right?
Okay, so I do think he can, but all right. So this is the first time in Russell Westbrook's career that he has a coach that will hold him accountable, and he reacts to that positively, right? I think Ty Lue is the perfect coach for Russell Westbrook, and the fact that Russ is playing some incredible, meaningful, and effective playoff basketball without necessarily, in game 1, without necessarily having to be a scorer is important. I don't think we've ever seen that from Russell Westbrook, and I think the Clippers are a deeper team, and I think they have more pieces that are better fit to be the Phoenix Suns team. I do want to see more minutes from Robert Covington. I want to see Norman Powell get the ball more. I really want to see him score more. He should get way more touches than he does. I really love what Terrence Mann brings to the game as well. And, I for the Phoenix Suns, I would like more small ball. But whether it be Rocco at the 5, I think that's the way to really beat the Phoenix Suns. Because as we saw in game 2, Chris Paul was eating up Zubac, bro. Yeah. Pick and roll, it was bad, bro. It was bad.
That's hella funny. Yeah, he was eating them up, and I that's a great take from you by saying that they should go small, and I think that's like what they should do as well. And I think that's gonna be if they are gonna beat the Suns, it's gonna be the only way that they can do it, man. Because then the Suns are gonna have to match it. Only thing I am concerned about, but they didn't do it last game, is that if the Clippers do go small, the Suns can run with DeAndre Ayton out there because he is a pretty mobile big. He can. I'm not saying he can stay with every guard out there, but he can stay with some guards in the perimeter. And if they do that, then on the offensive end, all you got to do is have DeAndre Ayton just keep flashing to the free throw line every time extended, and then just kind of looking around and going from there. But as far as who I would have winning, for my final take, I'd have to say I'm gonna go Suns in 6.
Suns in 6? Okay.
What are you thinking?
To be honest, because of the fact that Paul George isn't here and his shot creation ability is very, 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 very needed for this Clippers team. And without him, it's pretty much Kawhi and Russell Westbrook trying to set everybody up while trying to get their own as well. I'm not gonna lie, I think the Clippers got to go 7. Clippers got to go 7 if they want to win it. Man. The Phoenix Suns are talented, bro. They're really talented.
The Phoenix Suns are very talented, man. I honestly I haven't remembered an NBA season, NBA playoffs just this fun and exciting. Like we're talking about,
swear to God,
this just first round matchups going to 7-game series with Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, like Devin Booker. Like this is just some craziness, man. I love the NBA where it's at right now. I love
absolutely, bro.
All right, brother. So then before we get out of here, I do got to get your thoughts on some of these awards that have been handed out. You don't got to get into them deep, but just kind of give me one or two thoughts on it. First award we'll run off. First one that was revealed was Defensive Player of the Year. I went to Jaren Jackson Jr. You agree? You disagree? How you feel about that?
Oh no! I think Jaren Jackson Jr. really locked that up, bro. He has been incredible defensively. And just to like go back to the playoffs just a little bit, in the last game against the Lakers Grizzlies, although AD was still insane rim protector, Jaren Jackson Jr., Xavier Tillman, even Conchar a little bit, they were playing some incredible defense that really neutralized Anthony Davis. Jaren Jackson Jr. deserved that, no doubt.
I agree, man. I agree. I definitely agree. I think it's good just because Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like in past year hasn't really played as much games because of injury, so he's never really kind of been able to qualify. But now this year, seeing him get it, he's really doing his thing out there. So definitely shout out Triple J.
Also, he was able to stay out of foul trouble. I love it. Stay out of foul trouble.
Huge. Bro. That's huge because I'm not gonna lie. Like that's when I did my playoff predictions. Like that's one thing I thought. Like I betted on him fouling out on 2 or more games in this series. So like for him to not fouled out yet, that's huge for them. That's a great observation. Great observation. But all right, so let's keep pushing to the next award, and that is the Clutch Player of the Year. That went to De'Aaron Fox. How you feel about that?
De'Aaron, there has been no more clutch, someone more clutch than De'Aaron Fox this season. The games I've seen him put the Kings on his back and absolutely take over in the late in the fourth, incredible, bro. His shot making ability in the mid range, bro, ability to blow by his defender, get to the insane, bro. He deserved it. Incredibly clutch.
Yeah, I definitely love De'Aaron Fox a lot. I'm not gonna lie, like not that I have a problem with De'Aaron Fox getting the award. I have a problem with the award in general, right? Like in my opinion, like why are we awarding somebody for being in close game situations? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you shouldn't be in close game situations. You should be winning games, but I mean, that's just a thought that I had from the beginning of the award. But shout out De'Aaron Fox. I'm not trying to be a hater, but let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it in Sacramento. Coach of the year, Mike Brown. How you feel about this one?
Hey, Mike Brown had done a fantastic job with this Kings team. I wouldn't have given that award to anybody else. And the fact that the NBA had Joe Mazzulla as a top 3 finalist, who's voting, bro? Come on, bro. He's not top 3 coach.
Brother, really?
He's not top 3.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest with you right here. All right. Beginning of the season, when I did my preseason, all this, I said if the Celtics can finish as a top 3 seed, the Celtics can be as dominant as they were last year. I have to give the coach of the year to Joe Mazzulla because bro he was given the head coach position 4 days before training camp. Like, can you imagine, I guess, like being told like, yo, hey, by the way, in 4 days, we're going to start training camp and you're the head coach for this season. Like, I think to me, that's crazy. And I was expecting a big drop off. I was expecting the Celtics were so dominant last year. They were so good last year. And I think that, definitely was the play of the players out there. I think a big part was also Ime Udoka. I think he was a great coach for them. He knew how to coach them the perfect way. So I was like, damn, the Celtics just started to get good. They just started to do good. And now they lost their coach. Like, they probably going to fall down to the East. Like, you got to change your coaching scheme and all of that. And then they still are a top team in the East, if not better than what they were last year. So I don't know, man. I think I just got to stick to what I said and go with Joe Mazzulla. But that's crazy that you said that. I'm not going to lie.
Yo, listen, Clutch. I'm not going to lie, Clutch. If you came to me 4 days before training camp, like, yo, NBA, you the coach for the season, I promise you that Boston Celtics still going to be a number 1 seed, bro. Oh,
really?
Wait, number two seed, bro. You could have Delonte West, bro, as the head coach. They still gonna be a top 3 seed, bro. Come on, bro. It's the most important. He just went to the finals last year. Their roster got better. I will admit, Joe Mazzulla does have them shooting a lot of threes, which is really beneficial. But sometimes when the threes is not falling, that's gonna bite you in the. Know what I'm saying?
Man, okay, I like that. I like that, man. I definitely can respect Mike Brown getting that. I mean, he brought the Kings to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years, man. You cannot discredit that. But real quick, before we move away from the coach, let me ask you something, because I know every hooper, every NBA fan has a different perspective on this. But what matters more out there? You think a coach matters or the players matter more?
Definitely players. Well, without a doubt, players. In what aspect? In winning? Like, you're talking winning?
Yeah, I'd say just saying winning. Being a winning team.
Yeah, I would say players, because you definitely have to have talent out there for your ball club to be successful. Although the coach does matter, but I mean, like I said previously, you can have a nobody as your head coach. You got LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all on the same team. Come on, bro, you're gonna win.
Yeah, I'm on the side of that. Players matter a lot more, because I think I'm not gonna say coaches are useless, but I think that coaches kind of just set up kind of defensive schemes and set up offensive game plans, and they prepare for everything before the battle. But a lot of times you have to make battles adjustments in the middle of the battle. You know what I'm saying? The middle of the game. And a lot of that, sometimes coaches are out there on the side yelling, but it's the players making those decisions. It's the players doing it. So yeah, I'm on the side of the players.
Yeah, I would say unless you have a transcendent coach, someone that sees something that nobody else sees and really implements that, like a Steve Kerr, then it's really down to the players.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, brother. All right, brother. Let's get to the last one that they've already announced, and that's the Sixth Man of the Year. That went to Malcolm Brogdon. You agree with that?
I'm saying IQ, man. IQ, no. I give it to Brogdon. I think Brogdon deserved it. IQ really turned it on, I'll say, around January. So he wasn't consistent throughout the year. I do think Brogdon is the Sixth Man of the Year. But you got Derek White out there, White coming off your bench as well. You know what I'm saying? That's a little competition. I don't know. But Malcolm Brogdon definitely deserved it. I would have liked it to go to a Knick. You know what I'm saying? Last one we had was J.R. Smith. You feel me? But Brogdon deserved it.
Yeah, I would have gave it to Brogdon too. But I'm not gonna lie, IQ was doing his thing out there. IQ is just one of those guys that just honestly reminds me of Lou Will. Just gets buckets. Just goes out there as a microwave. Just gets buckets. Yeah, man. But All right, brother. So then that's all the ones that they've announced, but we all know what the only one we haven't said yet, and they haven't announced it yet. But I want to know yours. I want to know NBA Addicttv. Who is your MVP this year?
All right, so if you would have asked me last year, I would have given it to Embiid. If you were to ask me now, it's still Joel Embiid. I'm not gonna lie, Joel Embiid has been fantastic, bro. Without him on the 76ers, they're not anything close to a contender. I mean, I haven't seen somebody at the center position so versatile in scoring. I mean, that little pull up midi that he got is automatic. Now everybody, the stats nerd gonna be like, "What if Jokic is averaging 3-point this in and this that?" Shut it, bro. Jokic is phenomenal as well. I'm not gonna lie, averaging near a triple double. That's incredible for a center at the center position. Best playmaking center in NBA history. Jokic just he doesn't. I would say that the Denver Nuggets are a phenomenal team as a whole. And I'm not saying if you take Jokic out of that, they're going to be ass, which they're not. But I just think Joel Embiid has a bigger effect on winning and success of the Sixers than Jokic, even though the numbers may not reflect it. That's just my personal opinion of what I've watched this year.
Yeah, I mean, brother, I'm right there with you. I think Joel Embiid. Not gonna lie to you, I think those 2 years that Jokic got it, Joel Embiid got robbed at least one of those years. I'll give it to Jokic for one of those years. Like, yes, that was crazy. No MPJ, no Jamal Murray. Like, all right, cool. But I mean, in a way, we're rewarding him for sympathy. But all right, whatever, right?
Rewarding him for mid, bro. Say it for mid, bro.
For mid, right? That's what I think. I mean, we're rewarding mid in my opinion. But okay, right? That's a whole nother topic. But all right, the following year, Jokic got it again. And I think that was robbery. That should have went to Joel Embiid. He led the league in scoring that year. Had to deal with the whole Ben Simmons situation, and he still kept being this guy. And this year, if he doesn't get the MVP, I might not watch ever again because, like the way he's been playing, you talk about that midi. He got the midi. He got the three. He got the low post. Like, what doesn't he have in his bag? He like, don't get me wrong. He doesn't have the playmaking ability as Jokic, but it's not far off. It's really not far off. Like, I watched Joel Embiid get double in the post probably every time he touches the ball. Every time, makes the right pass, makes the right read. Or sometimes is just too big, too strong for even the double team, goes up and scores. This year, he led the league in scoring. He shot 85% from the free throw line, getting there almost 12 times per game. Like, his consistency, again, like I keep having to harp on the fact that, like, he's always had to deal with the whole Ben Simmons situation and Ben Simmons saga and drama over the Philadelphia 76ers, and he's always kept the 10 toes down, always performed. And let's talk about his defensive explosiveness. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Giannis is great, but I think this MVP this year is between Jokic and Embiid. Mm-hmm. I think Embiid can score with Jokic, or if not the same. I give it to Jokic for playmaking, but Embiid like overlaps Jokic in defensive end, like over insanely. So to that point, man, I got to give it to Joel Embiid.
No, for sure, bro. For sure, bro. I a lot of people like. I'm not saying that. I'm with you on that. I'm not saying that Joel Embiid is a Giannis type of defender, which he's not. He's a lot bigger, not as mobile. But comparing him to Jokic, bro, like, come on, bro. When they matched up, Joel Embiid ate that matchup up. Like, come on, bro.
Man, oh man. Well, I'm glad we're on the same page for that, brother. But all right, man. Well, I think this is a good point for us to go ahead and start to wrap it up here. Do you have any final thoughts here as we get ready to see some of these game threes?
Listen, bro. I got one question for you. You know what I'm saying? As a Knicks fan, how do you feel about that series? How you feel about the Knicks, bro? You think we winning it or not? Be honest.
Be honest, brother. I got the Cavs.
Cavs in what?
I got the Cavs. I got the Cavs in 7. This is gonna be good. This is a 7-game series.
Okay.
But the only reason why I got the Cavs in 7 is because I think that once it gets to a 7-game series, I think what matters is what kind of players you have on the court, like who can just go get a bucket. Because once it's a 7-game series, like you're two clearly great coaches. It's a chess match. Like, y'all going at it. Like, they getting some, you getting some. But it has to get to the point where you're like, yo, and I think that player is Donovan Mitchell. He's like, yo, give me the ball. There's not a single player on this court that can guard me. I'm gonna get to it, and I think he's gonna be able to do that and pull out Game 7.
Hey, I'm gonna just say the one person that's that you can't give the ball to and go get you a bucket is Evan Mobley, because he got no bag. Evan Mobley doesn't have a bag. Just want to throw that out there. Evan Mobley has no bag. Oh yeah, my Knicks is winning, of course. I'll say 6. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident. I think Knicks is-
And okay, and be honest with you for a sec. How far are the Knicks going?
Oh, all right. So listen. I would say wait, who do we play next round? It's between the Heat and Bucks, right?
Yeah, if the Knicks win, they are gonna play either they're gonna play either the Heat or the Bucks. Yep.
Hey, listen, Giannis is out, Tyler Hero out. Hey, give us either. I don't care. Give us either. We in. I don't care. Give us either. We in, bro.
We eating, man. I love
No. I ain't gonna count. We not making it past the second round, but I think we could make it past the Cavs. I do.
Hey,
I could think that.
I'll give you that, man. We all know anything's gonna happen in game sevens, man. But
That's a fact.
all right, brother. Well, I mean, for the family out there, man, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, man. We got my guy on the show here with us today, man. We talked a whole bunch of hoops, talked all about the league. I ain't really have no final thoughts. You got any final thoughts you want to wrap up with, brother?
Hey man, this was fun, bro. I enjoyed chopping it up, talking some hoops with you, Clutch. Hey
Yes.
man, this was fun, bro. Appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. We gonna have to double back and do another one soon, man. And for the
Oh, for
family out
sure.
there, make sure you go follow all of our socials. Make sure you go follow NBA Addict TV social. Everything will be in the description down below. Get at them, man, and go support my man's in this Knicks series, man. My man's need to win this series, man. Go support, man.
You need it, man.
Well, if that's it, man, we out here, y'all. Clutch Talk out.
Yes.